So in just 1 year, my life has completely changed for the better. Last year, pretty much on this exact date, I was basically broke. I had just quit my 9 to 5 as a physiotherapist in a hospital because I wasn't enjoying life and I didn't see the point really. I didn't have like a direction where I was going to go, and I wasn't seeing results in like any of the things I'd started doing. But what I've realized is that consistency, dedication, and hard work and patience over a period of time can change things. And by no means am I where I exactly want to be yet. Like, I'm nowhere near my final destination. But I just want to share a little bit about what has changed in my life and hopefully inspire you guys as well to go and pursue the life that you want, to go and pursue your dream life, because there are people online who are not any better than you, earning way more money and living their dream life when there's not really that much that separates you from them. And I just want to give you guys the confidence, and not that you need it, but like the permission to just go after what you want. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt. I'm a specialist physiotherapist, personal trainer, and more recently I started doing a bit of modelling, and I've been a male model now with Wilhelmina in London for the last year and a half, coming up to 2 years. And if you guys want to know a bit more, you can keep up to date with me on my TikTok or my main channel on YouTube. I talk about these things a little bit more, but this is kind of like the behind the scenes life. And I haven't posted in a while for those of you who are returning subscribers, and I'm sorry for that. The truth is I just needed a bit of a break from the Unfiltered channel to re-divert my efforts into my main channel and my short form content. And I'll be honest and say that it has absolutely paid off. So, life updates. Let's start with the stuff that is kind of more routine, and then I'll build up to the stuff that is more and more juicy, more impactful, should we say. So the first thing I started doing was just posting online regularly. And on my main channel, I'm on 6.5k now. I would have thought I would be on 10k, and I am going to get to 10k next year. Growth has been slower because I haven't necessarily found my absolute ideal avatar audience yet. Like, I'm getting there. Also, a lot of the quality stuff I've been posting hasn't really been pushed by YouTube because my issue is not the content. My content is some of the best on YouTube for the fitness niche and for physiotherapy. There aren't that many people more qualified than me to post what I post, and I practice what I preach. But the thing I've realized is that that doesn't really matter until I sort my packaging. So I spent a long time working on my thumbnails, and to this date, I haven't necessarily seen that much payback yet, but I know it will come. One of the things that has worked for me though is live streaming. So I've been live streaming several times a week on YouTube, and that's been boosting my subscribers, letting people get to know me, the unfiltered me. Unfortunately, there are loads of like trolls and spammers and like children that come into the stream and they like clog up the feed. It's a little bit annoying because I'm trying to have a proper talk with people about fitness and how to get in shape in your late 20s, 30s and up. But, you know, that's something I just have to keep policing and moderating. So I've been posting consistently on YouTube and on my weekly newsletter. That will not change, right? That long form stuff is the most important stuff. The most important thing, rather. In kind of combination with that, I've also posted a few videos on how to get into physiotherapy school, and you guys might know this from a previous video where I talked about how I'd made some courses on how to get into physio school, how to get your first job as a physio, how to get your first band 6 job, like a specialist job, using all my experiences. And because the topic is really, really niche and there's no one else making like video topics on this and no one else has made courses on it, I've had a few sales. I average about 2 to 3 a week, and so far I've made nearly £1,000 just from selling these products, which is pretty astounding considering I don't have much of an audience. I don't have much of a loyal audience as such, and so that's like the first little victory with my online products. On a smaller scale, I've been selling more my fitness products, my 3-in-1 aesthetic body guide or minimalistic training guide. And I was just astounded because I've had 2 sales, again, when I barely have a audience and there are so many other people posting good stuff, but also a lot of people posting absolute trash. So it's just to get through that and have 2 sales, I'm extremely grateful. So that's what's been happening on my long form. I still haven't necessarily seen the results yet, but I know they're coming. The turnaround point is actually through TikTok, through my short form content. And I'm nearly on 8K on TikTok now. And that's through a combination of posting consistently 3 to 4 times a day, having a few videos that have done really well, getting in the thousands. And I've had one video get 1 million views already on TikTok, which is like amazing, to be honest with you. So I'm posting all my fitness content. I now make shorts for my Instagram, like a professional Instagram page, as well as my TikTok, and that has been doing quite well. So hopefully 10K by the end of the year, if not early in January. But I'm really grateful for TikTok. It's definitely, like, I feel like the short form has definitely been paying off a lot more than the long form, but I know that the long form is more worth it. I think it's like worth me putting more time in because the payoff is greater when I get to that point, when I have that big break. So with TikTok, I've been live streaming every day. Probably not for this next month because I've had some issues with, like, I've been banned twice just for speaking my mind. I don't think I said anything offensive. I literally had one stream where I talked about how I'd only take on 10 online clients for my coaching, which I now do, and they cancelled my live and said I violated something because I was being offensive and being like hateful to a specific group of people. I'm like, bro, how? I've literally just said I will not take on more than 10 online clients for my coaching. So they need to sort this stuff out because TikTok is just so strict. It's genuinely like being back. Like literally their regime is like the Nazi regime, essentially, like the way that they police their thing. Any keywords and get banned, and I couldn't even appeal. So that's been a problem, but I've now stopped live streaming for a month to let it all cool down. But that being said, before that, I had been live streaming like every day, and that pulls in 20 followers, 30 followers at a time, which is amazing, you know? So I've been posting on that, and I've actually got a few online clients from there. In fact, basically all my online clients have come from TikTok, which is insane. They all come from TikTok. So I had someone message me, back in August about, do you do online coaching? I said, yeah. And then that was my first client. And then in came the second, and to the point where at one point I had 4 or 5. Now it's gone back down to 4, and it's kind of on and off. But it's basically got to the point where I shouldn't say on and off really. I've got to the point where I have a regular clientele, right? I have 4. I'm trying to get 5 to 7, but I'm on 4. And that is essentially pulling in almost what my cost of living would be if I moved out with my girlfriend, which is kind of the plan next year, to move to somewhere in Hampstead and live in a flat. And I've calculated that if I just get a few more clients in the new year, I'm earning like close to what I was earning full-time working as a physiotherapist. And it covers my cost of living and gives me a bit extra on top of that. So that is how my life has started to change. I'm pulling in income now from my online products, a little bit from like content ad revenue, but most of it's come from the online coaching, just like day to day. So these are the things that have changed in my life already. The online coaching, posting more content. And when I spoke to you guys last year, I wasn't making any money on ad revenue. I didn't have any online coaching clients. I was barely selling any products, and my views were like stagnant on both short form and long form. At the moment, it's pretty stagnant on my long form. It'll get there, but short form has really started to pick up and take off. So those are the kind of less juicy things. But the most juicy thing is that the modeling has started to take off, like properly started to take off. Just in the last month, like, I'm not going to say exactly how much I made because the truth is I don't know exactly how much I made yet because it hasn't all come through, but somewhere in the lines of several grand, like just under like 10 grand, I think. And in total over 10 grand over the last year and a half. But that's just a few days of work. How crazy is that? And I'm really grateful because I know a lot of people don't have the opportunity to model. But for me, like, it's like nothing has been handed to me. I've had to go and network with people. I have networked with people. I've networked with this really well-known photographer, and he put me in his campaign. And this particular photographer knows like Rihanna. He's really good friends with the Victoria's Secret models, and he made David Gandy's career. So now I'm kind of like, I would say we have a good working relationship, and hopefully he puts me in more of his campaigns, and I'd love to work with him again. I also booked my first modeling campaign aside from his campaign a few weeks ago. I shouldn't say a few weeks ago, it was literally like 2 weeks ago. And that was insane, like absolutely insane, game changing. And as a result, my agency had moved me from development to main board. And it was just a really interesting story because I went onto the link where I thought my profile would be. I just needed to copy and paste the link to send it to someone. And my profile had disappeared. It was like 404, page not found. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, oh, I'm probably going to get like kicked off or something next year. I don't know. Like, I just thought, what's going on here? And then I looked on my main board, on the main board of the agency's website, and it turns out that I'm now on the main board, which is crazy. It means rates go up, I'm getting optioned more for jobs, and it's all taking off. Like, I'm now a legit fashion model because I've booked quite a few jobs now. And I think in total, about half of the year's salary that I would have earn back when I was working as a physio, or close to, like not far off, just for a few days of work. So that's going to take off. I aim to be a UK top model in the next few months, and if that happens, then I'll set my sights on becoming a supermodel. And you think, oh, why do you want to be a supermodel? It's not that I want to be a supermodel, it's that I want my face to be out there so that my socials, like my Instagram, my TikTok, my YouTube, one, gets the attention that they deserve, but two, I get to push my coaching brand, my coaching business. Because my passion, don't get me wrong, I love modeling, but my passion, if you've noticed with my main channel, is to share fitness content, is to make the best fitness content, which I know I already do, but I want to give more, I want to make the packaging better, and I want to grow my channel, and I want to have online coaching clients. That is literally what I want to do. I just enjoy the coaching aspect. I enjoy making content, and hopefully in the future there'll be like a community. There might be like a proper little course or product that I make that actually helps people. And so I'm at a point now where I will hopefully be moving out next year with my girlfriend. I'll be able to afford it because the online coaching clients will kind of just about pay for my cost of living, and the modeling takes off. And I know I've kind of rambled a little bit. I've tried to make it as structured as possible, but this is how my life has changed in the last year. And if you somehow made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for listening to my story. I would want to post more on this channel. I'm going to try and be more consistent next year. But when there wasn't anything interesting happening in my life and I wasn't getting anywhere and there wasn't any developments, I didn't know what to post. I didn't want to like bore you guys, do you know what I mean? So I went silent for a while. I disappeared and then came back stronger, and now you can see my life has changed. Like, my TikTok is going to be on 10k soon. My YouTube has started to grow. I think it was on like 5k when I left you guys, and then now I'm back, I'm on 6.5k. So I guess it has grown. And modeling, I barely booked any jobs. I think I just booked like Ted Baker before I left you guys, and then I booked another one and a few more, and then I booked a campaign, and now like everything is just going upwards. And for some of you who might come on here and maybe be like bitter and think, oh, he doesn't deserve any of this, he's just lucky. If you knew like the struggle and how difficult it has been for me this last year, you know that I've had to like grind and sweat blood and tears to get to where I've had to be. Like nothing, and I mean like nothing has been handed to me. I've put myself in these positions. I've made sure that I network properly. I made sure that I worked hard on my portfolio and modeling. I made sure that I posted consistently on YouTube and TikTok. And one thing that you need to realize is that, okay, for some people they have a silver spoon up their ass, or they're just really lucky. Fine. For most of us normal people, we have to work so hard and so consistently. And overnight success, which by the way I haven't had yet. I've never had overnight success in anything in my life. But people who see other people get overnight success, what you have to realize is that that's like weeks, months, not even weeks, months and years in the making. And so I want you guys to know that I've like literally not felt like I've been blessed with anything. I've just worked hard and I've earned it and I deserve it. And if you want that same thing to change in your life, then you have to like fight for it as well, because nothing is going to be handed to you in this life. And I think that's the thing I struggled with last year. I was like, oh, why am I not lucky? Blah, blah, blah. But actually, no, it will happen when it happens. You just have to keep putting in the work, okay? It can take a long time for you to see the fruits of your labor. And I haven't seen all the fruits yet. I haven't got like 10 online clients yet. I'm not earning several K a month through that. I haven't booked multiple campaigns yet. And I've booked a few and hopefully some more the rest of this year. But I'm still not like a UK top model, right? That's where I have to get to next. My subs on YouTube isn't 10k yet. It should be. It will be. And I'm not even on 10k on TikTok yet. But all these things, all these metrics I'm using to measure my success, they are coming. And I want this video to be encouraging to you guys. And I don't want to ramble anymore, but I just want to say that if you want something in life, you've got to fight for it. And your life can absolutely change in a year, but within a year, because mine has already. And this year isn't even up yet.